really don't know where to start. Until 3 years ago, I was just one of those constituents that thought my representative cared about me, that thought my representative represented me. As I've been here 3 years, I've become at times frustrated, at times sad, and with what happened in the conference committee over the last few days, actually angry. We have 170 people that are supposed to represent the people of South Carolina, the taxpayers. And it comes down to 6 people, 3 appointed by the Speaker and 3 appointed by the Senate, to figure out what to do on a budget. I think that's wrong. I understand that's the system. I get it. I think that's wrong. I'll just say this. If I lose my billfold and Jermaine finds it, I don't expect Jermaine to go spend my money on what he wants to spend my money on. I expect him to bring the money back to me and let me spend the money on what I want to spend the money on. Over and over since I've been here, we have found and lost billions of dollars. And we let a few people decide how to spend that money instead of the taxpayers of South Carolina. I did watch Mr. Smith Goes to Washington over the weekend. I did. I wish we operated the way they used to in D.C. I wish that somebody could stand up here and talk till they fell over to try to get the attention of those people who are supposed to represent the taxpayers of South Carolina. I'm going to go down a trail, and the trail is only about 10 years long. For whatever reason, this body has allowed the state's power company to rape the citizens of South Carolina. 2 million taxpayers have been raped by a company called Santee Cooper. We just passed Bill S-51 to now give that group an opportunity to try to find buyers for those 2 failed nuclear plants up in Fairfield County. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to realize that the experts that we either appoint or vote for to do things in this state don't make good decisions? You should go back and read the letter that Santee Cooper wrote and Scanner wrote to Westinghouse 3 years into that project, and tell me that anybody who's ever run a business anywhere allowed that fiasco to go on. They wrote him and said, you fired your general manager or your general contractor. Yeah, you fired a second general contractor. 3 of the subcontractors have gone bankrupt. And so we think now it's time to get tough. I'm going, you should have gotten tough when they fired that first contractor. How can we do this kind of stuff in here? How can we claim that we're representing South Carolina and keep on doing this kind of stuff? Makes no sense. So what do? We blame the Santee Cooper Board. How many people in here know what the head of Santee Cooper was made when he resigned as the head of Santee Cooper? $400,000 a year. You know what his retirement pay is for the next 20 years? $800,000 a year. You tell me that's smart. So you found my $1 billion and you chose to spend, I don't know, 500 million of it, 600 million of it, as you saw fit, but you didn't give any of it back to me. And that angers me. That you gave nothing back to the people that sent that money to you, and you chose to spend it on things that you thought were good. Let me tell you something. I love Jermaine. Jermaine put up some amendments during the budget time. I voted for his first amendment. Pardon? I love you too, John. I love you too. I love Jermaine more. You notice how much bigger Jermaine is? He put up some good amendments. And what did we do? We ran roughshod over every one of them. You know, I speak for me. I don't speak for my Freedom Caucus, although I'm in the Freedom Caucus because I was told I could not join the Republican caucus unless I would sign an oath not to campaign against incumbent Republicans running for re-election. That's how I got in the Freedom Caucus. And I'm proud of the Freedom Caucus. I'm not speaking for them. I'm speaking for me. Huh? Do what, John? All I'm saying is today is a day that we could start listening to our constituents in our heart instead of what somebody who's supposed to be over you is telling you you've got to do today. So I'm begging you to think this thing through. Do you want to run next year on saying, yeah, I voted myself an $18,000 a year raise. I've got a bill, actually, that would give us an $18,000 a year raise. But it wouldn't be effective until the next election cycle. I don't think serving people should vote themselves a raise. I think if we're going to vote a raise, we need to say, for the next group that comes in. I've heard this thing that, I want to donate mine to charity. Well, we don't get to see the books, do we? We don't know whether you will or not. I'm just asking you to search your heart, think about your constituents, think about your taxpayers, and vote for this thing up or down based on what you believe is right, not what you've been told to do this morning. Thank you.